Call to order the Park District Board of Commissioners regular board meeting for January 21st, 2025 at 7:03. Please call the roll.
Larson.
Here.
Bell.
Here.
Gray is absent. Callahan is absent. Tillman.
Here, we have a roll. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I need to actually open the public hearing, right? So I need to, with a motion?
Yes.
Yeah. Entertain a motion to open the public hearing for the budget and appropriations ordinance.
Motion. Second. Okay.
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Please call roll.
We did.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, we are in the public hearing. Seeing that there's nobody here, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion. Second.
I think if you could just state the purpose of the
Sure. I'm sorry. Before we do that, we have a motion on the table that's and seconded, but the discussion of it is that we were in the public hearing for the purpose of the budget and appropriations ordinance. Should I read this, you think? Or just, how much you want me to do?
You can read it.
For any
Required under the-
For any testimony that the public wants to do about the budget and appropriations, seeing that there's nobody here, we will move forward with the ordinance. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. The public hearing is closed. Any items to be added, removed, changed from the agenda?
They're not.
Cool. Entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. The approval of the minutes for the regular board meeting of December 17th, 2024, executive session, December 17th, 2024, paid expenditures, expense approval report, investment summary, income statement, purchases, ordinance number 423 for the surplus property, resolution number 311 for the Freedom of Information Act designations, and the approval of the CIP purchase of a Microbird G5 14 passenger shuttle bus.
Motion.
See how I said that all the way out? Buying a bus. Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
Motion. A second.
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Everybody in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're right, Bill. Item number 7, guest matters from the public.
Anyone?
We're going to sit here for an hour and a half. Seeing that there's nobody, number 8, matters from the commissioners. What you got?
I don't have anything today.
Got nothing?
No, looking forward to the conference this weekend.
Cool.
Fun.
I am still going to do that late meeting on Saturday. I have not found an excuse yet.
Perfect.
Everybody else is going, oh, we knew you were going to do it.
I have still not come up with anything.
Everybody else in the room was very much
We are.
assured you were going to be doing that
Here
meeting.
we are.
Yeah. Thank you for confirming what we already knew.
I did let Julie know that Depot Pond is open for ice.
Yes, she did text me today. I gave her
So
a
you
little-
can't use that as an excuse either. You're not
I
going
know.
skating.
I know, I'll be skating, so. Well, some kind of tragedy might happen. We'll see.
No.
Hopefully not.
Put you in bubble wrap until Saturday.
Exactly.
Item number 9, announcements.
Okay. Ooh, I Happy New Year, Batavia! Ice, ice, baby. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Stop! Don't get caught on thin ice this season. Ice skating is back at Batavia Pond this winter when the ice conditions are appropriate. So look for ice conditions on our social media, the website, and at the flag system. The flag system is located in front of the pond, and if it's green, it's safe to skate. You know what else is cool? The popular Ties and Tiaras event is back this year on February 7th. Don your fancy clothes and dance the evening away in this fun adult-child evening of entertainment, dessert, photo booths, music, dancing, and activities. Registration closes for the event on January 31st. Batavia Park District is not responsible for any toes stepped on while executing super cool dance moves. Do you know what's better than a wonderful evening of dancing? Purchasing Hall Quarry Beach season passes at the lowest prices of the season. Early bird pricing is available now through April 30th. Also going on sale on February 10th are tickets to the Batavia Uncorked Casual Wine event taking place on June 7th. So sit back, listen to live music, and enjoy this 3-hour casual wine sampling event. Tickets will be available online and in person at Batavia Park's community centers. Other than the quarry, which I skipped something, nothing says summer like summer camp. Camp Sensational registration opens for new campers on February 17th. This is a very important date because it is not the registration for spring classes. So February 17th is the registration for new Camp Sensational registrations. So these are all the announcements for January. Stay warm, try something new, and always play your way, Batavia.
Ice, ice, baby.
I liked that, but I could have had a warning
And
so
you know
I was
what?
paying attention.
Here's Brent over here going, really? You had to do the ice, ice, baby, because it's just coming up to you. But no, that's awesome.
You surprised with my face when you see me on
I
that?
know, he doesn't even know what it is. Right.
Heart is racing.
And I was giggling too.
You
That
know.
was good.
There's your,
That's awesome, I love
Thank you for the tip.
stuff.
we stopped and collaborated and listened.
You did.
Item number 10, staff reports. Brent now has to follow. Ice, ice, baby.
Well, I am pleased to announce, although with much less enthusiasm than Katie, that our annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2023 has met the requirements to be awarded GFOA Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. In order to be awarded this achievement, we must publish an easily readable and efficiently organized annual comprehensive financial report. So this 2023 report is our most recent audit that we've completed, and it's available on our website at bataviaparks.org. And this is the 14th consecutive year that the Park District has been recognized with the award. So thank you as always to staff for their hard work, as well as to the board for your oversight. And this ties into our 2024 audit, which is upcoming. Our preliminary field work will take place on February 6th, and then our final field work is scheduled for April 21st to April 25th. So be on the lookout for the fraud questionnaires that the auditors send out annually as part of the audit process. But looking forward to getting that all rolling.
And we send those back directly to them, right? We don't send them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have a couple questions. One thing you didn't mention that's in the packet is that we received the funds for 2024 B and C. We talked about those last time. Good with that. But something in the next paragraph, we talked about the CPI and that the 2023 to 2024 CPI was 2.9. But then for 2024 extensions payable in 2025, the CPI change was 3.4. Can you just walk me through the 2.9 versus 3.4, what we're getting this year versus, you know what I'm saying? Because I get it that the maximum would have been 5 and whatever the lesser is. I get that part, but can you walk me through the 2.9 versus 3.4?
Yeah, so the 2.9% was the change in the CPI from December 2023 to December 2024. So the 3.4%
So that's 25 through, like,
is 24,
December 24 through December 25. Like,
so, sorry, sorry, there might be misworded in my report here, but December 22nd to December 23 was the 2.9% change.
okay,
So then from 2023 to 2024 was the 3.4%.
Okay.
So
payable in
payable in
2025.
2025.
Got it. Okay, that's what was throwing me off is the dates, and so I get it now. So it's really from 2022 to 2023, and then 2024 to 2025. I got it.
Right.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
gets confusing with
It does.
property taxes being paid in arrears.
And it's always in arrears and so
Right.
forth. So, but then I was like looking at this, well, that's this year, so I was confused, but it was just a typo.
But you
Cool.
did catch a nice discrepancy, so we'll.
No, yeah, just we could just strike that over for the official record. Cool, thank you.
No problem.
And congratulations to Brent on a GFOA award because, he oversaw
Yeah,
the entire oversaw 12 months because we still had him on contract, so. So that was a reflection of your leadership.
absolutely.
And Josh?
Yeah. Once again, new month, and Callahan Community Center is kind of dominating all of what I do. So we've almost completed all of the rough-ins, which would include the plumbing, rough-ins, the electrical, low voltage, all of that. We should be seeing the drywall going up. All the framing's been completed, so the drywall should be going up over the next couple of weeks. So you'll really get to see that. You really get to see the rooms form and take place. So.
And that's kind of my question. The next time to really take a tour is after that, right?
Yes.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it with just some basic framing and like,
Right.
that's my office over there.
Yep.
It seems kind of airy. But like, after the drywall goes up
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
best. Okay,
You'll
cool.
really get to see, with the, we'll see everything starting to take form. So.
Cool.
At our leadership team meeting today, we were discussing the timing of having the park board with the leadership team, because not all of the leadership team has
Oh, yeah.
had a chance to go through it either. So there's some of us that meet weekly, Brent, Katie, Josh, and I meet weekly down there at the Callahan, so we get the weekly tour, but it's still an active construction site,
Right.
so.
But yeah, after the drywall's in, I'd love to.
Absolutely.
Me
too.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
Great time
When do we
for
get
it.
to the point where we can write our names on the wall before they paint?
We got a little ways. But
Let me
Isn't
know.
that that far?
I think I
Yeah.
might know somebody.
Julie
who
was
can
here.
save
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
You know
a
a
guy.
guy.
I think I
Yeah.
know a guy. Other than that, we've been working just on inside winter work, replaced all of the maintenance shop lights with LED fixtures, nice drinking fountain bottle filler at the depot, and start getting ready to construct the new park signs that we replaced every year. So I think we're doing 5 signs this year. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. And Kim?
The weather's been really cooperating actually the last few weeks to be able to be working outside. So we've got a number of projects going on, which are our typical winter stuff. Trimming the pathways and cleaning out pane woods, the invasives, things like that throughout the woodlands. Still working on that project, just finishing up actually. And then like Katie mentioned, Ice Baby, the ice rink is open as of today. Finally have enough ice thickness. We did have to, I want to thank the city of Batavia Water Department. We had to hose down the ice rink, which isn't a fun project in 0-degree weather. But it was just really bumpy, and so the guys went on there with fire hoses and hosed it down to make a nice thin layer, and so it's open. Didn't take long to freeze after we put the water down, so.
Yeah, no.
So that's good, finally got that open, and then wanted to update everybody on the camera out at West Main. That, about a month ago, the King County Forest Reserve came to, called me, or King County Sheriff called me and to let me know that they will be getting rid of that camera due to budget cuts. So offered us to take over the contract. So super happy with talking with Allison and Brent, we were able to make it work. So I had asked them if we had had any reports since it's been put in, and we have not. So happy about that. So it's working.
And that's not just a camera, it's a license
It's
plate
license
reader
plates.
and all sorts of stuff.
It's a license plates reader.
But it also records, like,
It
or you
doesn't
just get
record,
the,
just takes a picture.
oh, that's good.
Just takes a picture.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, if we wanted, there's other options, we could add to that.
With the same camera, like an
Yes.
extended contract and
Yep,
stuff?
yep.
We should talk about,
So we could look at other
we
options.
should talk about expanding that just in case, but I'd like to hear
We
what those
could, the
are.
guy was, of course, more than willing to do.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could give you this, we
Well,
could do
like-
that. But I'd like to understand what those are, but I don't know. I'm not saying that we should do them, just say I like to know what. the other
Interested
options
in,
are.
yeah, I can get more information on that, more detailed information for
We
next year.
talk about potentially the quarry too.
Oh, absolutely.
White Corral area.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
If we can get live cameras there, right?
yeah, we can put up a live camera.
Or at least a sign that says we have a live camera.
We were told not to do that.
Yeah. We were told not to. I actually made that suggestion like 10 years ago, and I was told we shouldn't do that.
I think we all looked at each other.
I was like, I said the same thing.
Strike that.
I remember when that came up.
Yeah.
We'll strike
Yeah.
that from the minutes. Well, and the beauty of the security system that Kim's talking about is that it's routed directly to the sheriff's department, since that's Sheriff's County out by West Main. And so if something were to happen, if there was a smash and grab, that footage immediately goes to the sheriff. It doesn't even come to the park district.
So that's a
So they
question.
handle it
So
directly.
They take
do
over
they
the
get
camera.
all of the, we don't get any footage from there? Like,
What was that, sorry?
we don't get any footage from that camera?
We do. We have to, we have it, we have to request it, but the sheriff gets it when there's like, not necessarily a smash and grab, they have access to it. It's all connected to a law enforcement system that nationwide. So like if an Amber Alert goes out, with license plate, that
Oh, it
license
hits
plate
and
reader will
then
get
they
it
can
and
read
it'll
it.
alert the sheriff.
So like, if there's a smash and grab, somebody has to report that.
Correct.
And then they can go and say, and look at the
Yeah,
stuff.
we can go look.
Right.
Yep.
But we can't go, right?
I need to, I'm pretty sure, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we can.
'Cause,
We can do
I mean,
that.
they're gonna,
We
if
just don't
there's a
get alerts.
smash and grab, they may call us first. And then it's like, oh, we can't help you, call these.
Right.
But if it's like, if we can go to the sheriff with, these are the
Right.
plates that went in, and they can go and do
Yes.
their stuff afterwards.
Yes.
I think that might save some time and like, so,
We have,
Yeah.
we have access to, my understanding is we do have access to that information, but we don't get alerted. The sheriff's
Right.
department will automatically get alerted
And that's
for
cool.
other stuff that's in
Yeah.
that law enforcement system.
and that's fine, we don't need to
Yeah.
get, I'm just
Yep.
wondering if, does it cost us to get access to
It's all part of the program.
it? Okay, cool.
It's all part it's
Because
all
then I would say, we don't need that.
Right.
Bells and whistles.
Yeah.
It's all part of
If
it.
we
Okay.
take over the contract, though, it's still linked into the sheriff's system,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Yep.
We're just taking over the contract.
Correct.
Yeah.
And have access to it.
Cool, thank you.
Yep, yeah, well.
Great. And Lynn?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm being repetitive, but I'll just repeat myself from last month. So seasonal positions, we are in the process of closing most of them. We just have a few internships because we've received that many applicants. So we're at maximum selection process right now. So we'll be reviewing them, going through, we've set up a bunch of interviews already. Camp's pretty much completely staffed, as well as quarry is. We just have the one position at the quarry left, which is the swim instructor. And then we have 3 internships. So we're hoping to have everything finalized, excuse me, by February 2nd. So we're hoping to have it all said and done. And the same note with Top Workplace, I'm already starting the process of reviewing the 2025 survey. So I'll be working with Energage on getting the survey together and up and running, and that'll run in June. So we do it through the peak time when we have the seasonals to meet the number requirement. So that'll be for the 2025 Top Workplace. And that's about it. Bigger highlights.
Lynn's so efficient with all the hiring,
Yeah.
getting it all wrapped up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, great.
It's funny you say that because I received a call today from a mother who was very upset with me that I post positions before January. So, because she's like, why would you post them before January? Of course, she was calling for a child that's a senior in high
Yeah.
school.
Right, right,
So,
right,
well, maybe the senior should be
But
looking
it,
for
but
a
it makes,
job.
it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of kids out there right now who are, the stress is gone because they know they have a
Yeah.
job,
Right.
right? And so it's like, it's all lined up. They're just chilling now, waiting for,
But
you know.
college kids look in December. They should be in
Exactly.
November, December.
They don't have to
need
worry
have
about
it
it.
lined up for May.
Right.
They're at holiday break, they're
So-
looking.
Yeah.
And we really
Yeah.
have a great return. I
Yeah.
can't emphasize that enough, the way the recreation department runs it. They all want to return.
Yeah.
They reach out to us.
That's so
and we're
nice.
really fortunate with that. I mean,
That's-
not a
that's
lot of
something.
park districts
It
have that.
really does. That
Yeah,
says
it
a
says a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that we know our quarry has, you know, cooler weather, or cooler water than Geneva's Sunset
Mhm,
Pool, and they
mhm.
still want to work with us over Geneva.
Yeah, it says something about leadership.
All right, Brittany, speaking of leadership, Brittany.
A couple highlights on some new programs we're working on in the rec department. We'll be offering soon some 3-week pop-up classes in fitness. They'll be low impact blends, so 3 weeks that they can come to those. They're in the morning. We're offering a new NFL flag football league, so we're very excited about that. We'll be
Yes.
working with St. Charles and Geneva on that
That's
for both
awesome.
boys and girls. So,
So is it a mix, or is it teams from Batavia against teams from Geneva and teams from St. Charles, or is it like everybody's mixed together and they make teams?
for the clinics, it will be mixed,
Okay.
and then we're going to have teams, kind of like our basketball, how it's
Okay.
just Batavia, Geneva,
Yeah.
but clinics will be a little bit everybody in
Cool.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the age group for that?
I'm not positive exactly on it, but I'll get back to you on it. But we'll have,
Sam's asking for herself.
yeah.
Yeah. She wants to play.
There's no way. I
Um,
would run from the ball.
But I can definitely get back to you on that. We're just finished the contract with them, which we're excited about.
Yeah.
And then we invite everyone on February 28th is our new exhibit opening at the Depot. It's a birthday, 50th celebration for the Depot. So we'd love to have you there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I saw something on the news this morning that people should be looking to sign up for summer camps now.
Yeah.
And the people on the news desk were like, why now? And it's like, I'm sitting there thinking, I know people who know why now. You know, it's like, and they were saying, because the prices go up and everything else
Yeah.
changes and they
Yeah.
get full.
They get
And
full.
here we are, we're doing stuff for, warm weather. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
a couple more weeks in summer camp sign-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will go fast, so sign
It
up
will go
quick.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we sold out last year.
We
Yeah.
did, yeah, our younger ages for sure, so you have to sign up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a great second to marketing. We've been
Nice,
working,
great.
so the marketing department has been working with the summer camp staff, preparing for all the manuals and forms for the registration, which new camper registration is February 17th. So we're finishing up getting all the support materials for rec for summer camp. We are also in the final month of push for spring soccer and spring softball leagues. You don't think about registering now, but those games and practices begin in April, but registration actually closes the first week of March. So there's a little bit over a month left to register for those programs. We are also working very closely with the rec department and the Depot Museum to begin to get all of the publication and information ready for the Depot Museum's exhibit, as well as preparing everything for the rest of the next 6 months, because we do have a save the date Depot Museum 50th party in June. And then the final thing that's been taking item that's been taking a lot of time with the marketing department is the spring guide is getting put to rest next week and is going to the printer. It'll hit homes the middle of February. We're excited about it. Not only does it contain camp, but the rec team have put together some really exciting new classes that we're looking forward to marketing. The community is really going to love what's coming out in the spring and in the summer. And we start next week working on the summer guide as well. So there's never a dull moment as we're preparing for fun in Batavia. That's it.
All right.
Oh, Brent.
Sorry, I do want to clarify, Commissioner Tillman, on your question about the CPI change. So it is correct
Okay.
in the board report. So the 2.9% from December 23 to 24 will be what the board can use to extend the 2025 tax levy, which will be payable in 2026. So the December 22 to 23, The 3.4% is what was extended last November and is payable this year in 2025.
Okay, hang on. I know you explained it, and everybody else gets that, but I need to slow down. So what we can use this year in 25 is 2.9 because taxes are paid in arrears, and that's what was accrued from 23 to 24. It's payable in 25.
23 to 24.
23 to 24, payable in 25.
2.9%, which will be payable in 2026.
2026.
Right, the 3.4% is December 22 to 23, which is payable next year in 2025.
Okay.
We can put that.
Well, that's what's missing on here, is that, okay. So the 2023 to 2024 is payable in, that we'll use in 26 is 2.9. But what I'm seeing here from 3.4, payable in 25, is really from 22 and 23.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's just the way with the CPI change.
No, that's cool, I get that now, but can we make that, like, just, I mean, just by adding that in that sentence, it would make it, because like 22 and 23 isn't in here.
Do you
and I
want
was-
it as an addendum?
No, I'm just saying in the future.
The future, sure.
Because I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But that makes sense, that it's payable in 25, but it's like really a year and a half or so back. You guys get it?
Yeah, day 25.
Yeah,
Yeah, day 25, no big deal.
right.
Yeah. Moving on.
I shouldn't have asked them at all. You know what I'm saying?
You realize this is the new board.
Right, I shouldn't have asked them. I'm sitting here struggling, and they're
All
like,
of you,
what?
all of you are gonna be here for the next few years.
You know, who's the stupid math guy over there? You know, I get it.
I trust this guy. Who brought him back?
No, not that I don't trust him. I don't understand. He's got the brain. He's supposed to explain it, I think.
Jared, our meetings have to be the most fun out of all.
But yes, thank you.
But yeah, you can always reach out to if you do have any questions.
No, and I will, I'm sure, but,
Because I could also, Brent could put it in the email
no,
too if that helps.
we no,
Okay.
I'm
Put it in
good.
an I-8.
I'm literally good. Just for next year though, we need as many numbers as
I'll
completely possible.
simplify it for
Yeah, you really need
Sounds
to, yeah, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. Is that all the staff reports, right?
That's all? Yeah.
All right, executive director's report.
All right, so this is where I'm gonna give a high-level overview of the district's 2025 goals and objectives. So things that we've discussed throughout the budget process, work plan goals that were rolled over from one year into the next, and then some fresh new goals. All right, so we're rolling. The future's looking bright. So much thanks to the board. Much thanks to all of you. You already approved the first CIP purchase of the year earlier in the meeting tonight. So we're going to receive the 14-passenger minibus to our fleet. So this will be immensely helpful when it comes to transporting our summer campers and our seniors on our trips. So,
The microbird G5.
yes, that's right. You got it. And we'll make sure it's beautifully branded like it was last time. Kitty's already on it, which they're working on. And then we need to replace the 4 information kiosks strategically placed throughout Batavia properties that we own. These kiosks are used to share community maps, promote Park District events, display advertising, which in turn pays for the kiosks in the long term. So the kiosk on the left-hand side will be placed at Clark Island and Wildwood Park, and the kiosk on the right-hand side will be placed at the Depot Museum and Halkori Beach. So the 2 different styles are based on the location and kind of the consumer perspective, depending on whether they're walking or riding their bikes. That those locations for each kiosk was strategically placed based on perspective. So it's the little things that make us happy, and we're looking forward to it.
Oh, that's cool.
And then Kim Hansen has one rather large asphalt project this year. So this is an actual picture of a property that we own. And this is for the restoration and maintenance of the Tanglewood Trail. So this trail was originally built by the city of Batavia, and who turned it over to the Park District back in 2005. So we consulted with Dirk Price of Ansa Blink, and he agreed that based on the documentation that we have an obligation to maintain this trail And so we'll need to coordinate with NICOR Gas when we set out to get this trail work done, since this property is actually on NICOR's property, but it's licensed to the park district. So hence the nickname we've given it is the NICOR path, but it's, this trail is as far as I can see on it.
Do we need one of those agreements that, like what we did with the city and when they were working on our stuff for the streets, or will it just be like we just let them know and tear it up?
Yeah, we just let them know and
Yeah.
say, hey,
Go
here's
for
a
it.
copy of the plans,
Okay.
do you like what you see? So the
It
city
makes it
actually.
easier.
It
Just-
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reread the agreement and it pretty much, the city doesn't have anything to do with it after this point, so they.
Just their HOA or something, is that?
The HOA doesn't want anything to do with it, so really, everything underneath is NICOR, the gas lines. And so there was a license back in 2005.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, we're just,
So we can just let NICOR know and just tear it up?
that's the way the letter, the agreement reads.
How
I don't
deep
know
are
if it's
their-
really an agreement, but
Yeah.
It's a license
it,
agreement.
was it?
Yeah.
But it states that we're responsible for the maintenance of it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
But yeah, this is an actual picture of it, so as you can
Yeah,
tell,
it's
like it's
not,
not all that great.
We need to fix that.
Nope. And then Peg Bond Center, the kitchen is tired. It needs TLC and a complete makeover. So fortunately, we have the talent in-house with Josh's multifaceted team. So we'll be demoing the cabinetry and replacing it with more efficient counter space and updated hardware.
Are we gonna make it, you know, housey
ADA?
cabinetry, or are we gonna do like commercial kitchen type cabinet, you know, like stainless steel stuff? What are we gonna put?
Not stainless steel, but we will have a nice big vinyl covering like we have in
Okay,
these,
okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Also more wear and tear.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
So then these are the before pictures, and I can't wait to show you the after pictures
Yeah.
sometimes. And then this will be the first project to be checked off the to-do list from the Hull Quarry Beach Master Plan. The facilities conditions assessment noted the wood rotting at the bottom of our weathering quarry facilities. So once again, our facilities and trades team will be able to put on their superhero capes and tackle these aging facilities with siding improvements. So they'll be able to add siding, and Joshua, want to explain like how far down you're gonna go?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go right to the bottom of like that window right there, with some kind of faux stone, vinyl siding. The bottoms of all that wooden siding is rotting pretty bad over the years, so we'll be taking that out and putting it
So
underneath.
just cutting it out,
Yeah.
putting stuff on, but leaving everything on top?
Leaving it, yeah, from there, yeah.
1670s.
I was gonna say, when, that building itself,
It's an old saloon.
is that?
It is an old song. You're right, you're absolutely
It looks
right.
like it's from the Tombstone, it's called Old Tucson, but,
It's lots of love.
because I missed last meeting, is like, are we doing a temporary update with a more permanent?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. Because I was like, yeah, just put lipstick on the pig.
And then switching gears altogether, we're proud to be in the running for our second consecutive three-peat of the prestigious Chicago Tribune Top Workplaces Award. And if we receive it in 2025, we will have achieved a significant milestone. So this accomplishment's no small feat, as Lynn Borman can attest. You know, it's something that the leadership team and I take to heart. You know, working in local government can be very demanding, and we're the accessible folks because we're, you know, boots on the ground. People can easily access us. We're out there in the community, and so the demands are a little bit higher, the stakes are higher. But I can say that every one of us is committed to supporting one another, and we appreciate the board supporting us through board-approved policies, a work environment that fosters fosters a positive and supporting workplace, and ultimately we ensure the best possible outcomes for staff, which in turn is passed on to the residents. So happy employees are productive employees, and that's a win for our residents. This picture is a blast from the past. It's all our Depot Museum, making it from the east side of town to the west side of town. So on Saturday, June 21st, we'll be celebrating the Depot Museum's 50th anniversary.
It's going right downtown.
I can't.
They moved it like all
But I
the way
mean,
up.
where,
This
Gotta
is,
be out
this
there.
is getting ready to cross, this is heading west
Going west.
towards our Donovan
Right by the
Bridge.
Batavia.
It's on Wilson. It's on Wilson.
Yeah,
Getting
that's
ready to
Wilson.
cross over the bridge.
Yeah, the Donovan Bridge.
oh,
So it's right by the Shumway.
It's like,
so
Building.
if to the left is the Woonerf or the right is the Woonerf?
To the left is the winner.
Okay. Okay.
So it's going to
Yeah, the
be,
McDonald's.
yeah, Shumway's on the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
That's why it's throwing you off.
So we're looking to have a community-wide celebration on Saturday, June 21st from 10 a.m. to noon, coinciding with the farmer's market. So Kate Garrett, our museum director, our curator Jessica Mize, Brittany Meyer, Katie Burgess, and I have been working together to plan a festive day filled with activities, scavenger hunt, history walk, a live performance by a band called Strung Out, and a bounce house and refreshments. So a calendar invitation will be sent to you shortly, so just RSVP and we'll be able to count you in for this milestone event. And then this will be the year of designing and launching a new website for our residents. Katie has invited the selected firm, web design firm, to next month's board meeting. So that way you can meet them and they can share some sneak peeks of the new website with you, and you can see what they have planned for us. So some of the positive outcomes that we're expecting include a fresh, modern design, an improved user experience, enhanced functionality, a website that reflects our growth and our vision, improved content and communication, and most importantly, a better connection with our audience, our residents, more dialogue. So we're looking forward to it. And it's time to take an honest look at our affiliate agreements to make sure they're equitable and set a standard
this is always painful.
across.
It sounds
Yeah.
frightening.
Yep.
Yep, good hard look.
No, yeah,
So
needs to be
Brittany,
done.
Josh, Kim and I will be reviewing our field policies in addition to our affiliate agreements, and we'll be coming to the board.
Put on your
with-
hard hats and protective gear. Get it done.
We'll be coming to you with suggested revisions for policies, for agreements. The first agreement that we're going to be tackling is with Batavia Youth Baseball. They currently have 4 agreements that we're looking at consolidating into one cohesive agreement.
So I read that. So what does that mean, they have 4 agreements? They've had 4 over the last
Since
times?
1980,
I get that, but like, there's only 1 agreement in place today.
there are 4 agreements in place.
And are they just amendments to each other?
They-
Like, there's the original one,
add-ons.
and then we just added on like 3 more times to the original one?
There's a 1980 that's typewritten,
Yeah.
a 1996, I believe, and then a 2008, and then a 2011.
So are do they add on to the original, or,
No.
because like did the
Well,
one from 1980?
It's the addition of new fields.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, is
Yeah.
like, so the one that was just done like 5-6 years ago,
That one we never, the board didn't, we
so there's,
put that one on
so,
hold. We never passed it.
because I'm trying to figure out, how can there be
Pre-reference.
4 agreements? It's just like one agreement that maybe has addendums, or, I mean, because what are we going based on
We
if
want to
there's 4?
strike them all and create
So-
a new one.
Oh, I get that,
So,
but like, what is in place
So
today?
back from 2017 to 2019, I worked with Dirk and then our crew that is retired now, Eric Locker, Jim Beebe, Ryan McCauley, and Dean Haas.
I remember the conversation.
Yep, and we figured out exactly how to consolidate, how to best consolidate, maximize the most out of the agreements. We worked hand in hand with BYB, which is a completely different board now, worked with them in step, synchronized, and basically they told us, some of these fields, like Angstrom, they weren't even using, and it shows that they had priority use of Angstrom, and they said, we're not really even using that, like, you guys can have that, we're not gonna, that's not a need of ours. So what we did is we identified priority usage and exclusivity. So BYB does have exclusivity, but only of 2 fields,
Right.
not of as many as maybe
Right.
perceived. And then priority usage, we have our own softball program where we have a need for field stuff.
So the reason I asked that question is I don't want to get bound by these 4 agreements, however great best practices there may be in them. I would really like to take a fresh look and almost forget that we had these.
That's what we want to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
we're
then
just-
put something together and then
and
like,
then bring
oh,
it.
we can now go back and say, oh, we need this, we need that.
Like you
But-
take out the pieces of each one,
So-
that
I don't
makes
have
sense.
up here, but yeah, I think that makes sense, and we've been doing this. You know, it's not uncommon for local governments and park districts, especially when it comes to facility use and shared services, these master agreements that there are terms that are sort of, for lack of a better phrase, like grandfathered in just because they're the way things operated. But there's no bar to revisiting and revamping the whole thing. I mean, I think like Allison said, refreshing and updating these agreements is complicated, but we always advise that taking a hard look at not only what can be changed or like tweaked, but if something needs to be rewritten, if something doesn't reflect the actual terms of the deal or what's been going on for the last 20 years, then we can strike it and strip it and make it what it needs to be.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't even necessarily want to start with striking and stripping something. I want fresh eyes that say, what should an affiliate program look like? And this is what it looks like. And then say, oh, well, there's stuff in this other one that actually does still fit in here. And there's some things we have to do. But like if we keep going back and saying, let's strike this, and add this, we're still using the old stuff.
Well, the beauty is that we actually did come with a beautiful agreement.
Okay.
That we had it on an agenda for the park board meeting, and we realized in that meeting, our former director of Parks and Properties realized that porta potties was left out of it. So we tabled it. Well, then COVID hit and our referendum hit at that same time. And I was asked to just hold off on it because we weren't sure what everything Zoom-wise was gonna be. And at that exact same time, we had turnover of staff, our athletic supervisor and our director of community recreation. Mike Law was no longer president at BYB. They had huge turnover as well. So we talked about, well, maybe after this pandemic is over, we can revisit. And we just, now that we have the right players in place, and now that BYB has new leadership in place, I think we can revisit it. And luckily, we can actually, I want people to understand what agreements are currently in place and why there may be misunderstandings. And because there are sometimes times where I'll hear from participants, like, why are we doing the work on the fields? Well, it's like, because we don't work for our affiliate organizations to do their fields for them unless they pay a
So
premium for it.
how much are we going to educate to what's in place now versus what we'd like, what the new agreement is going to be?
We're not going to spend a lot of energy looking in the rearview mirror. We want to
Cool.
look forward,
Okay.
but we also need to iron out any misunderstandings so that way
Great.
we can put new things
It's gonna be a
in,
process.
Yeah.
new caveats. And the biggest thing
There
is
should be a lot
whether
of tribal knowledge that they telephone through each other.
And that's what I'm
for
trying,
years.
that's what I'm trying to avoid, is what's in place, what's in place today is that
Right.
knowledge. And I'm trying to like avoid that and say, look, here's the new affiliate program.
Yep.
This is what we like. There are elements of the old one in here. And here's some, brief education as to how we got
Well, and they
here.
can say, well, we want to still do that, and be like, well, you never actually had that if you review any of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It just, come prepared, I guess.
I mean, there are a lot of misunderstandings. For instance, Huron Field, which is right here on 31, that's not a park district field. That's a city-owned field that we maintain for the city. But, there are times where, like, I'll get a call or Kim will get a call, that says like, hey, there's trash overflowing. It's like, well.
It's like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, we'll let the
We'll let the city
know.
know.
Hey, I've got trash too.
You know, and there was
confusing.
one of the old agreements also had us maintaining Moose Heart. Well, that's not
Oh,
our property.
no.
So we stopped doing that years ago because it's not our property. We have
Right.
no business maintaining Moose Heart's field.
Right.
They have their own buildings and grounds.
Right.
So there are a lot of things that we've changed over the years, but the agreements, if you look at it, show like, wait, oh, we should be maintaining Moose Heart's fields? No.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I
Nicole.
think there are two things I want to mention. First is that like we'll look very closely also at the term of the agreement because clearly part of the problem is that the life of the agreement is probably
It's
way
30
too
years.
long.
Yeah, yes.
And it doesn't, in reality, the only way to, without breaking the contract or going back to the table for a full-blown negotiation is what the district has done so far, which is piecemeal amendments. So it makes sense and we of course want to refresh and update, but that gives some context probably for why it's been Frankenstein together over the years is that the term is so long
Okay.
that the only way to amend it without going to breach or requesting a full-blown negotiation again, which is going to take some time, is by submitting an amendment that can be signed by both parties.
Mm.
The other thing that we can do too, which I have been doing more and more recently with contract reviews and revisions, is putting together, in addition to a new contract, a table that's like a guide for the like education piece. So the former provision, the new provision, and notes. It's just helpful. It's just like helpful for comparing and contrasting for the affiliate groups who either have a long-standing relationship with the district, and or people who want to know like how has this particular facility been used in the past, or what's been the term for refuse collection and maintenance, or whatever it is. So we're happy to help. It's just sometimes these major contract reviews it's going to be a concerted effort among
Right, it's gonna
everyone,
take some
obviously.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Allison,
Thank
what's the revenue that we get from BYB?
We only get, basically, it's materials that and labor and materials. So if we're
Take
talking,
care of fields and we'll let you use them for kind of situations.
so that's something where, St. Charles actually charges their affiliates, and that's gonna be something, a discussion item that we need to have. I know not this meeting necessarily, but we need to have that discussion
Right.
with all of you.
So, a little
Your
history.
philosophy.
When we charged before, or were discussing that was rather heated and contentious. So we probably want to look at what we're going to be doing first, maybe some best practices, other areas, and come with ammunition like that before we just we're just going to start charging.
Well, sure, it's a process. I just wanted to know what, I don't have
Right.
the contracts.
Well, I'm saying
So,
that's why
just
that's why
wondering.
we don't, is there's a lot of
Does
history in
anybody
those
pay
conversations.
for fields? Does
Public-
any, so you said
we
St.
do.
Charles and Geneva pays?
There are some, no, even in Batavia.
They rent out,
We do. We
Yeah.
rent out we have athletic field
Smaller fields.
rentals for, we have a lot of splinter groups in
The third
town.
parties.
So like groups that were, soccer groups that were upset that one group didn't do something the way they wanted, so they started a splinter soccer group. And baseball groups, same thing. We've got a lot of splinter groups that we rent to. BYB is really the only baseball affiliate that we actually have an agreement with. And, but they've lost 5 teams in the last year, so they're losing a lot of their traction. They used to have a surplus of 400,000 when they used to come to our board meetings. You remember that from the 2000s. They would come with a $500,000 surplus. And then, now I hear that they're struggling just to make ends meet. So, yeah, there's a lot to think about, how we want to create equity for all of the affiliate groups. We don't any longer have a partner affiliate friend program, which is treated like a sponsorship. You're either an affiliate, you're a friend, affiliate, or partner, and it was like a sponsorship tiered program, and it was ineffective. It created a lot of frenemies amongst the different groups, and so really we're going to be looking creatively at ways that we can maximize the value out of both relationships. So like if there's something more that BYB can do in partnership with us to make it a win-win.
What are all of our like
We really only have Tri-City Soccer
and BYB? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, but we have an affiliate policy where groups can apply to be an affiliate.
Which we should continue. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just in
The
case.
problem is that a lot of the groups don't meet our Batavia resident roster percentage. So, and we make it easy for groups to become.
BYB, you have to live in Batavia. They don't allow you to live somewhere else. And I think like the colonels, for let's say, don't have that same mandate.
It draws people from West Warrenville
Right.
and West Chicago.
And so
Yeah.
BYB is one of the programs that travels around the state representing our city. It was, like you said, a larger program at one point. They lost 5 teams. My son was one of them. And so, but that being said, it is a very Batavia-grown organization.
Oh, yeah.
So the affiliation does make sense that they represent the town. So working together does hopefully find some way, but it doesn't sound like they're going to be able to come up with potentially monetary back and forth as much as they might have to come to the table with what else can you offer, kind of thing, potentially, so.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I can tell you from talking to Kim and Josh, the biggest thing that we really want to put in place is a communication protocol, so that they're not just one day we find out they're out there painting a dugout.
Right.
And they're painting it whatever color that they want,
Right.
because it's their team color. We need a father may I, mother may I approach to the park district where there's that respect that's intact, but also a protocol that they can follow. And that's where, we're pushing those other agreements, shredding those off to the side. But we
Hosting
also
tournaments, so we know how to bring more people, more trash pickup, things like that. Yeah,
Yep.
the relationship needs to be rebuilt, that's for sure.
Exactly. Yep. And what's nice is it's all new leadership on their part and leadership on ours that haven't ever gotten together before.
Right,
So
right.
we've got to,
That's kind of why I was like, everything can start new,
yes.
because a lot of the history, even though we know it, those people aren't in the room anymore, so,
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
cool. Okay.
Good conversation. All right, here we are again. Following best practices, Brent, Lynn, Lindsay, and I will be reviewing our administrative and personnel policy manuals and making recommendations to the park board for any changes. And I'll be working with Ansel Glean, so with Aaron and Dirk on revisions to the governance policy manual as well, which is really the board's playbook. So the timing will be ideal with the addition of the 2 new commissioners coming onto the board, because what better way to onboard someone than to learn the policies of the district? So it'll be great timing for them. And then Lynn Borman will be partnering with HR Source on the completion of a compensation study for full-time staff. And then this practice will help us stay ahead of the curve with minimum wage now up to $15 an hour, so we can be proactive and make strategic decisions so we don't have wage compression.
And we just did one of these for part-time, right?
3 years ago,
Yeah.
so we're already at the 3-year mark as the board had
Wow.
recommended to stay on
Okay.
track.
Cool.
Yep, so
Great.
year 3.
I think there's some pennies and quarters in those piles.
Oh, no, they look like gold coins.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Then I'm excited for the staff and board to take an active role in creating a visionary, future-ready strategic master plan. This plan is going to unlock new possibilities to transform how we operate and really optimize our resources, drive efficiencies, innovation, hopefully provide data insights so we can make decisions based on data. More decisions, obviously we make decisions on data every day. Strengthen our community connections so we can foster deeper, more meaningful connections with our customers, which is our residents. And also just get us to reimagine our park system. Instead of looking at it what is, look at what could be. And then after a fruitful discussion with the park board at our CDP retreat, we collectively decided to revisit the Civic Center and add design and engineering expenses into this year's budget so we can transform the Civic Center into a standalone revenue generating facility. So,
That is exciting.
yes. And then if you recall, we are the beneficiary of the Fab Fox Water Trail Access Infrastructure Project. I've been practicing that. The Clark Island canoe launch will include an EZ dock, capital Z, easy dock. And there may be added alternates to that as well, such as park benches, boat and kayak lockers, and native plant plugs, not bugs.
And that's not it, right? Because right now, you just got to throw your canoe over and jump and hope you get it. Because
Yep.
that's not a good launch right
No, this area needs
there. Yeah.
complete
Needs
transformation.
a little love there.
Yep, and then while this project is on a different timeline than the remainder of the Clark Island projects, this will be the cherry on top of the sundae when it's complete. And then, now for the pretty pictures. So Brittany Meyer and Katie Burgess are spearheading the planning efforts for the Clark Island grand opening celebration. And as you know, Josh was the lead on the Clark Island efforts on getting us to this point, and then he's handed off the baton for you plan the celebration. So we've set the date for Saturday, April 12th, and so we also sent a calendar invitation for you to lock in. So if you RSVP, and if we didn't, I apologize. I'll make sure that happens if we haven't yet. But if you RSVP for that, then we'll know that you're coming for sure. The event will promptly start at 10 a.m. With the Easter egg hunt, and then it's followed by the dedication ceremony at 10:30. So there'll be plenty of activities for all ages, including skateboarding demos, fitness court demonstrations, and refreshments.
What day was that? I'm sorry.
A Saturday. Yep, Saturday, April 12th.
I will get it.
And then given the limited parking at Clark Island, we are partnering with the VFW and BEI to use their parking lots. So BEI's lot is located right across the river next to the wastewater treatment plant. And then we'll use the trolley to shuttle people from Hall Creek Beach and the BEI parking lot to the entrance of the quarry, or the Clark Island pedestrian bridge. And then we're currently finalizing the guest list, which will include key stakeholders, such as local legislators, representatives from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, because we want to thank them for the $600,000 grant, and Blue Cross Blue Shield to acknowledge their $50,000 contribution to our outdoor fitness court. Oh wait, I've got a video to play there.
Oh,
Is it playing?
yeah, no, it's
Oh, this project has truly evolved from a simple skate park project. It was a simple skate park replacement project into a much larger and more exciting vision for the entire campus. And we look forward to sharing this special story with the community. So here's this is all drone footage.
that is really cool.
Did you have people out there, or did you just find that they were there? Or did
That's
you put like
Katie.
a- Oh, is it?
So Josh actually let us know that there were people using it when it opened, and I called over to Sean. I was like, "They're there!" They ran across and filmed it for us. So, and the people there loved it, and they tricked out.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually out there Friday shoveling.
Really?
So they could
I was
see.
wondering if that was going to happen. Yeah. That is fantastic.
Like the individual, the public?
Yes.
And Josh, do you want to mention like what's still left that they see here that may?
Yeah, obviously we just, we weren't able, we seed and blanket, put a blanket down, so that will come through in the spring, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, other than the landscaping coming through, we have some seal coating to do on the parking lot yet in the spring. And there's a path on the backside of that blue shelter, you can kind of see at the top, where the asphalt needs to be finished there too. We just ran out of stormwater, so.
Very cool.
It's a really
This was
cool
what people
vantage.
got really excited about, positive on
Yeah.
social media and things like that.
This has picked up a lot of steam and it's something special for the region, for the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, we''ve had other park districts reaching out
I
to
have
us,
several.
asking us for like what
That's
vendors
awesome.
we used
Yeah.
and how we started this project, and
They get a big grant.
Yeah.
yeah, it started with that, and then we got into the park grant after that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And really, it's a special story to tell the community because this really did just start out as a skate park replacement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turned into
From the
like,
community saying, hey, how about this and how about that? It's like, oh, all right, well.
I guess it's not gonna be a ninja
No,
challenge course.
yeah, no.
Yeah, and then we just started to evolve. It's pretty cool. And then, you know, I'm trying to get bigger and bigger in my slides and end on really great notes. So construction is progressing steadily as we head into 2025. Drywall installation was just underway last week. And we're on track for the completion by the end of May.
So what is there now from that? That's the east side, right? So is that structure and there or?
The left side of it.
The elevator part,
shaft
is that
is
it?
there.
Okay.
The storefront, the glass and everything will be, we'll start measuring and ordering over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So I would say in the next month and a half or so, we should see that start.
Okay, cool.
So I would love to gather the board's feedback on scheduling a dedication and grand opening. Because one option is to schedule it, coincide it with Windmill City Festival. Or we could host a standalone event if you'd rather have that. So.
I saw that in there and I was like, it deserves its own thing.
Okay.
So that's just me.
So we could do
It deserves its own.
July, we want to program it in August, but September's when the enrichment program is going to begin. And then August, we're going to sprinkle some programming in there. But we would love to do like an open house. So if the board has any suggestions, we want to make sure it's
When is
fun.
Windmill City Fest?
July 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Because I'm out of town the next week after that.
Ah.
Just check. Okay.
So we could even do the beginning of August as well.
Yeah.
So I would love to have
I just need
a
to.
full board house, but I know we
I
won't
need
have
to
our
check my
2 days.
weekends in there because I leave town. Cool.
My summer has opened up since we switched some of my kids' sports, so I'm excited to go to a lot of the events we did last year that I couldn't go to any of them. I'm gonna go to Uncorked, I'm gonna be in the pond, let's do all of them.
We had your head and Sam's head on sticks at Peter Frieder's.
Yeah.
Katie has them on her
You were
office.
representing.
Yes.
Are you only going to the drinking events, is that what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure that was obvious.
Yeah, she was trying not to be, she was trying not to have that repeated, I think. Yeah.
On that note, I'm almost done, but wait, there's just a little bit more. At the state conference, the marketing department has submitted for 4 different awards. I want to show you really quickly what they are. The Peace on Earth video, that's up for a nomination for Best Video. The logo for Batavia and Court for Best Logo.
This is at the conference, we'll find out?
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. So we're in the running for that. I love this logo.
I do too. I like that.
And then also marketing plan for Batavia and Court. And then the last one is our fun guide, which we received
It's like
second.
always wins.
We received second place last year in the entire state for best program guide. So let's hope for the
Is there
best.
are any of these gonna get us back on stage to get our picture taken again? No?
Well,
At
actually,
5 o'clock
possible.
on Friday, Katie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if we come in first place, we'd apply and we'd have to come up and get a off.
Nice. Nice.
At the IPRA business meeting Friday at 5 o'clock. So, but we'll find out earlier.
Very cool.
And then Katie, mentioned, since we're talking about conference, has been selected by IPRA to serve on the Joint Distinguished Conference Committee.
Oh my goodness.
So she'll be on a committee, a very small committee. I think it's only 5 people on the IPRA side, 5 people on the IAPD side, to oversee the entire conference.
Oh, well.
And in
Congratulations.
5 years, I'll be in charge of the conference.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Cool.
And then I was appointed to the Distinguished Accreditation Committee as well, but to start off as a shadow and then grow my way into the committee.
Right, eventually.
Get wax on, wax off. And that, my friends at home, is a wrap.
Awesome.
I like this feedback that was in here about the pickleball courts.
Yes.
That like the other park district wanted to come and bask in the glory of the pickleball courts.
Oh yeah,
sounds
the
like.
Village of
That is awesome.
Muhammad? Kim? Muhammad?
The people who came to brag.
Next time they want to come, charge
You want me
us.
to say it? Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yeah, Allison said somebody from Muhammad is coming. I'm like,
Iowa.
yeah. I said, you mean Muhammad? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
M.
that one.
It's spelled M-E.
No, it's M-A.
Oh,
Yeah, it's M.A.
That's why I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe.
My bad.
Still?
No, because
Your class in it. Give it a little.
Any other discussion? Cool. New business, 13A, the approval of ordinance number 422. Hang on while I get there. So this is the budget and appropriations. This is essentially why we had the public hearing, right? So now this is the actual thing. So entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 422, the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriations as presented.
Motion. Second?
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries.
thank you. Yay.
13B. This is the awarding of the contract for solid waste refuge services. I don't know how much discussion we really want on this one, but you know.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's dive right into this one.
Well done.
Yeah.
Kind of a stinky test.
I mean, it seemed pretty self-explanatory.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Okay. So entertain a motion to award the contract for solid waste refuge services for 2025 with the option to extend the contract to 2026 and 2027 to Waste Management Services of Illinois out of Lombard, Illinois for the amount of $10,874.
Motion. Second?
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries.
Flush.
No, not yet. That's next
That's
month.
next year.
That's
Or
next
next
month.
month.
True, that's
Next-
true.
Next
This is
month.
dumpster.
This
Yep,
is
there's
just
no-
dumpster diving. Which is why.
I'll have to save the plan.
See, yeah. 13C, awarding the contract for general park landscape services. So again, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Is this, well, let me do this and then I have a question. Entertain a motion to award the contract for general park landscaping services for 2025 with the option to extend the contract to 2026 and 2027 to Uno Mas Landscaping of Elgin, Illinois for the amount of $90,690.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. So we had talked about your landscaping and satisfaction versus dissatisfaction. Is this an expanded program or essentially the same program as we've had before?
We expanded it.
Okay.
We added the mulching and edging of the landscape beds.
And so is this going to satisfy some of your?
I'm hoping.
Okay. So that's the
goal.
plan, right?
That's the goal.
Okay,
Correct.
cool.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
No.
Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. 13D.
Well, they were significant.
Approval of expenses for Board of Commissioners in accordance with the Local Government Travel Expense and Control Act. So entertain a motion to approve Board of Commissioners expenses in accordance with the Local Government Travel Expense Control Act, Public Act 099-0604, as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Larson. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries.
I'm curious about your end. What agency, like how was this put into law? Was there a particular agency that?
I think that the ethics rules and the expense rules, I think it comes out once in a while from some reaction to some bad actors and other units of local government across the state. So I
Sounds
think
about
it was
right.
probably some state representatives from districts that have municipalities or park districts or libraries or whomever that, have expended funds in excess of what they're authorized to, and there's no accountability or receipts or measurement for it. So the board, all units of local government are required to pass a policy now regarding how those expenses are managed, what threshold there is to be approved, what expenses count and don't count, so the statute has like an explicit reference to entertainment. It's, you know, what is it related to? Is it related to the park business? No, it doesn't count. And obviously, it doesn't take much flipping through the news even now to see that
Right.
there are some bad examples
Right.
of overspending. So I think it's mostly a political reaction and people going to their state reps and saying, we really
Need
don't
some-
like that
yeah.
spending is out of control.
So, question, item number 14 on my agenda has an asterisk, but in my packet says none. So,
There's none.
okay, cool.
I just leave that open just in case there was something.
No, I get
that
it.
needed
Oh,
to be
in case we had to add, okay. Great, that means, any other business to come before the board? Anybody? Anybody? Nothing? Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn from our Board of Commissioners meeting.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bill, second by Larson. Please call the roll.
Bell,
Aye.
Larson,
Here. Aye? But you said, she said roll. So it's aye.
Aye, motion carries. We are adjourned at 8:13, 14, whatever.
Oh,
Thank you.